Hello, welcome everyone. Today we are going to see how we can do the tax filing using the ITR-1 form for the financial year 22-23. Okay, so in this video you will be seeing the step-by-step guide of filing the tax returns. Okay, so just before starting, let me just have a disclaimer. I am not a tax consultant or a chartered accountant, so I am a salaried person, and this video has been prepared based on my experience of filing the tax returns over the years. So in order to file the tax returns, the first thing you need to have here is that you need to have registered as a you have to register in the income tax website, income tax e-filing website with your PAN number. Okay, so unless you have a login user in this portal, you will not be able to do the e-filing. The first step in order to have the tax filing is to have a registered user in the tax filing portal. So the portal is given here. So it is www.incometax.gov.in IEC/FO portal. Okay. So once you have the user in this portal, so you can click on the login button over here, and that will take you to the landing page of the portal where you could start the e-filing. Okay, so let us click on the login. So then you will be asked to provide your user ID, and you can give your PAN number as a user ID here. Okay, so then click on the continue button here. Then you can select this checkbox and provide the password which you have provided at the time of registering your user. So then click on the continue. So this will take you to the landing page. Okay, so just before you come to the landing page, so let me have a brief information about what are the documents you will be needing in order to have your tax filing, in order to do your tax filing. Okay, so before you start filing your tax returns, make sure that your PAN and Aadhaar is already linked. Okay, and then please ensure that you have received the Form 16 and Form 16A from your employer, and have a look at the AIS, the Annual Information System, and the Form 26 AIS. So these for AIS as well as Form 26 AIS contains all the information about the transactions, financial transactions happened through your PAN number for the financial year. Okay, and have a look at the bank statements and the loan account statements as well, and make sure that the information provided in the AIS or the Form 26 AIS is accurate with respect to your bank statements and the loan account statements, and also the information from the Form 16 and Form 16A. Okay, so this Form AIS also contains the information about what are the taxes deducted from you, from your employer, as well as from other payers, like if you are receiving any dividends from any shares or the companies. So those companies will be deducting the taxes, and those information also will be appearing here. Same is the case with if you are having a fixed term deposit, or you are having savings bank deposit in any of the banks. So those people also will be deducting the tax, and those information also will be available in the annual information system or the AIS. Okay, so just make sure that all the information contained in the AIS and the Form 26 AIS is accurate first of all. Okay, so now let us see how does the landing page or the dashboard looks like once you log into the e-filing portal. Okay, so on the left hand side you will find information about your name, so the registered name as in the PAN, and then your PAN number, the linked Aadhaar number, then your mobile number and email ID. And then left hand side you will find certain other information where you could update the information about your contact details or the bank accounts or other information. Okay, so all those are not our importance at the moment. Okay, so at the moment what we are concentrating mainly on is how you can file the tax returns for the year 23-24. Okay, so here I taken a simple example of a pensioner. So uh, he does not have to pay any taxes, but it is important to have the tax returns filed because his income for the year financial year is above the basic exemption limit. Okay, so if your income is above the basic exemption limit, it's important that you file the tax returns. Otherwise, you will be sometimes getting the notices as well. Okay, so you click on the button file now here. So then it will take you to the next screen where you have to provide which the assessment year which you have to file the tax return. So assessment year 23-24 means that this is for the financial year 2023 2022 to 2023. Okay, and yeah, so then you can select the mode of filing. So I recommend the online mode because that is pretty much simple nowadays. So from last year, we have this online option of filing the tax returns, which is a revamped one. Okay, so previously also we had the online option. But from last year, it is pretty much comprehensive and do most of the calculations and do the pre-population of the income, taxes, all these things. So it's pretty easy. Okay, so once you select the assessment year and also the mode of filing, so click on the continue button here. Okay, so then yeah, so then in the next screen, yeah, you will find whether you want the button for start new e-filing. So this button will appear already. So here you see two rows here. So this is because I had already started filing some time back, and here I have to resume filing from the previous screen. Okay, so if you, but even if you have started filing, but if you would like start the new filing, so you could click on the start new filing button. Okay, so yeah, so if most of us would be in the individual category, so you can this will be already populated based on your previous filings. Okay, so then if it is not selected, you can just select it and then click on continue button again. Okay, it will tell you or ask you which form you need to use. Okay, click on from the drop down box, select ITR-1 and then proceed with the ITR-1 button. Okay, so then just let's just click on this button. Let's get started. Yeah. So then there are certain questions which you need to answer. Okay, so the first question is, are you filing the income tax return any of the following reasons? So in our case, it's because taxable income is more than the basic exemption limit. So select that radio button and click on the continue. Now you reach a screen where different information about the e-filing is displayed. Okay, so this is called as the return summary. Okay, so in this screen you are seeing mainly the personal information and the gross total income. Okay, so as I mentioned, this information is already pre-populated for you based on your PAN details or the different income information which the income tax department is getting. Okay, sometimes, but this information, what you see here, need not be accurate. Okay, so if you see the gross total income, it is mentioned as 507 rupees. I'm sure that this information is not correct based on the person whom I'm going to file this tax returns. Okay. Okay, so apart from this personal information, gross total income, so there are other detailed information also which will be shown here, like the um, taxes which you might have paid already, then the row for computing the tax income tax for the financial year. Okay, all these rows will be there, so we can see it later on. Okay, so next let us have a look at the personal information. So I told you, so the personal information is already pre-populated based on your information which is available with the income tax department already. Okay, so let us click on this row. Okay, so then once you click on this row, you will find there are various information from your PAN details, like the first name, middle name, last name, your PAN number, date of birth, Aadhaar number. All this information has been pre-populated. Okay, so but there are certain other information for which you have to provide some entries, or you have to provide the values. Okay, so the first one of that is the nature of employment. Okay, so in this case, I have selected the SG pensioners because person whom I'm going to file this tax return is a pensioner with the state government. Okay. Yeah. Next is So next is about when you are filing this tax return. Okay. So as you know, 31st July is the last date for filing the tax returns. Okay. Even after that, you could file the tax returns, but there are certain other conditions which will apply if you're filing after the July 31st. Okay, so if you are filing it before the due date, that is 31st of July, so you can select this 139.139.1. Okay, so next is whether you want to opt for a new tax regime or not. Okay, so couple of years back, the central government has introduced a simplified tax regime called as new tax regime. Okay, um, many of the deductions salaried people or the pensioners were availing before in the old tax regime are not available in the new tax regime. Okay, so since yeah, so for this person, the old tax regime is beneficial. Um, I have selected it as no. Okay, so then you could cross check whether the bank information is already provided in this personal information section, and whether you have selected the bank account to which you want to get the refund. So that is also selected. So once all this information has been cross-checked and the relevant values for the tax regime or the nature of employment, everything is selected, then you can click on the confirm button. So once you click on the confirm button, you can see that the personal info along next to the personal information row, you find something called as confirmed. So as and when you complete or the confirm the different sections on the return summary page, this confirmed green text will be appearing next to those sections. Okay, so only after the relevant sections are confirmed, you would be able to complete the tax returns filing. Okay, so now let us have a look at the gross total income. So just remember that the person whom I'm going to file the tax returns is a pensioner. Okay, so he is having only the income from the pension. Okay, so so from the information available for the income tax department, they have pre-populated some value, but so this information is not correct actually. So this is not showing the right information. So you can click on the edit button, okay, and then it will take you through to the details page where the salary information has to be provided. Okay, so here you can provide the accurate information based on the Form 16 or the annual information summary page. Okay, so that is a yes. Okay, so here you can provide the values, and then you can see that the net salary field is also um, populated with the value which you have provided here, and there is a deduction or the standard deduction available for this people people who from the this is something standard deduction is available actually. Okay, so the value in the row 5, income chargeable under the head salaries, so this is calculated from the net salary minus the standard deduction. Okay, so then after that you can click on the save button, and so since this person does not have any exempt income, those things need not be filed, and you can see the gross total income is the value which is taken from the salaried income minus the standard deduction. So you can confirm this gross income once you are complete. Okay, so as I mentioned, there are different other sections like tax paid and the computation of the taxes. All this rows will be available. So Once you go inside the taxes paid section, you will find if the employer has deducted some tax from the salary already. Okay, so those will be appearing here. And if there are other income like dividend or some or the savings bank or the fixed deposit income, so if they have deducted some tax, those will be appearing here. And if you have paid some advance tax, okay, so many people do the advance tax through the year. So if you have paid something, those also will be appearing here. So once you cross check all these things, you can confirm the taxes paid, and then you can see the total tax liability. So that page will or that section will show you how the taxes are computed. Okay, so for the person whom I am doing the filing at the moment does not have any uh, taxes to be paid, okay, and hence all these values will be zero. Okay, again you can see here the ideally there are tax to be paid for by this person. Okay, but as under section 87A there is a rebate available to the people who are paying the taxes. Okay, so once you minus that rebate from the tax payable, the value, the total tax to be paid becomes zero. Okay, you will not be able to get this benefit unless and until you file the tax returns. The rebate, all the things you will be getting only if you file the tax returns. Okay, so that's why I mentioned even if you do not have any tax liability according to you, please file the taxes or tax returns. Please file the tax returns. Okay, so once all these sections shows as confirmed, you can proceed with the next steps, that is the filing of the tax returns. Okay, so you can cross check the different values here or what is shown here, the total taxes and the tax paid and what is the amount still payable by you. So then after that, click on this preview return. Okay, so then you will find a screen where you have to do the verification of the details for you. Okay, so if you are filing the tax returns through any tax return preparer or TRP, then those information also has to be provided here. Okay, and yeah, so you can cross check whether the name, your father's name, and the PAN number information provided in the verification page is accurate or not. Okay, then yeah, proceed to validation. The validation is successful, then the next step is doing the verification. Okay, so there are various ways in which you can do the verification. So the e-verify is the easiest approach. Okay, that will be the recommended approach from my side as well. And then you can do through the ITR-5 also. So you can send the document up. You can take the acknowledgement after the verification and send it to the tax department. So that is yeah kind of time wasting according to me. Okay, so once you click on the e-verify and continue, so then there are different options. Okay, so but if your PAN number is linked with the Aadhaar, I would recommend you to choose this option. Okay, then what happens is that you click on the once you click on the continue, you will get a OTP on your mobile number which is linked with the Aadhaar. Okay, and you can provide that OTP on the pop-up screen which appears, and then yeah, basically you are almost there. Okay, so the last step is that you need to submit it. Okay, so only if you submit, the process is completed from your side. So please make sure that you do this step as well. Okay, so there are other uh, questions which might arise if you have any. What should you do if you have any housing loan in the case of salaried people and all? So there could be. I would think of creating another video for all those sections, but for a simple tax filing using the ITR-1. Yeah, so these are the steps. Yeah, hope this video is helpful to you. Thank you.